Up next, please allow me to introduce an incredibly remarkable young individual. Everyone, please welcome on stage Mr. Patrick Tobler. He is the CEO and founder of NMKR. Directly after finishing university in 2021, he founded his company, one of the largest Web3 NFT and tokenization infrastructure providers that focus on making it easy for businesses to enter the Web3 space. Here to shed insight on NFTs and tokenization, everyone please put your hands together for Mr. Patrick.
Hi everyone. Test, test. Okay, it's working. Yeah, thank you very much. As mentioned, my name is Patrick. I'm the founder of NMKR, and NMKR is a tokenization / NFT infrastructure platform. So what that means is we try to make it easy for businesses to come into the space, launch their own tokens, launch their own projects, and really deliver real-world value to their users, right? And before I begin, I want to really think about the question, why NFTs, why tokenization in the first place? Because often, we talk about price a lot, we talk about Lambos, we talk about random stuff, but in the end, that all doesn't really matter. The only thing that really matters is what we are aimed to do with blockchains, right? Blockchains are here to decentralize everything, to level the playing field. And if you think about NFTs, NFTs are just a way to represent ownership on the blockchain, right? So I can actually say, okay, I own this thing, and this thing could be anything from an ape picture, right, the bored apes, to a car, to a house, to anything. And it's just the technology that needs to be used in the correct way. And to demonstrate a little bit about what I think that NFTs can really bring to the table, I have a quite uncommon example here, ebooks. So at NMKR, we have a nice company that uses our infrastructure called Book.io. And what they do is they basically say, okay, we want to compete with Amazon, we want to compete with Kindle. We want to take away the centralized power that Amazon at the moment has to censor a book, to delete the book, change the book, or if they go offline, just delete access to the book, and we want to decentralize that and put it on the blockchain. So what Book.io is doing is they are basically tokenizing ebooks and making NFTs out of ebooks. And it has many advantages that I just mentioned, like it's uncensorable, there's collectability, there's digital scarcity in the ebooks, which you don't currently have on Kindle, but there's also royalties for the owners for the authors of the ebooks. So if the ebook gets sold on the secondary marketplace, which wasn't possible before for ebooks, then the author actually receives some royalties for these ebooks, which is a really nice advantage for them as well, and a really nice revenue stream, of course. And they decided to set out and do that, and they looked at all the blockchains in the space, and then they said, okay, Cardano looks like the one that we want to do this on. And there's a very simple reason why Cardano. Cardano, I would say, is one of the few blockchains that really still follow the core values that Bitcoin back in the day set out to have, of leveling the playing field, of going against this massive centralization that we always see. And you see a lot more projects on Cardano that are actually trying to change the world rather than just follow the price, right? And there are many technical reasons that I can talk to you about why Cardano is an amazing blockchain. Obviously, there's always drawbacks to each blockchain, and I'm not a Cardano evangelist or anything like that. But for Book.io, it was very clear at the beginning that they wanted to use Cardano for this. So they basically said, okay, let's do this. Let's launch those ebook NFTs on the Cardano blockchain. And then they tried and realized, okay, minting is quite hard. You need to have a whole infrastructure behind you. You need to really make sure that it works. You need to have fiat payment and so on. So then they saw, okay, maybe we don't want to do everything ourselves, and that's where they came to NMKR, to my company. So they set out to launch these tokens, and essentially what they're doing every time they launch a new ebook, which is currently twice a week, is they go to NMKR Studio, which is the core product of NMKR. They upload the ebook to the studio, and NMKR Studio is basically like a B2B tool. It's like a SaaS dashboard that you can use to set the settings, add royalties, manage your NFTs, all this kind of stuff. And then once everything is correct in there, and once you're ready to actually now launch the token, they are just simply using another tool that we've built, which is NMKR Pay here, which is basically like a payment solution. Similar to PayPal, it's very standardized. It's just a link that you can embed into your website. It could be on WordPress, could be on Wix.com, could be anywhere. And it allows for anyone to purchase NFTs and tokens with Fiat, with ETH, with Solana, and of course with Cardano. And in the end, what you get back is you get back an NFT on the Cardano blockchain. So they did that. They set everything up, and then they said, okay, we're gonna put NMKR Pay onto our own website, so it's completely white label. They just integrated a simple buy button on their website, and said, okay, let's launch the first book and let's try this out. And then essentially, once people go to their website and they actually buy the book, what happens next is, of course, that users are reading the book. And the book is a decentralized, encrypted asset. So basically what that means is that the book can only be read if you actually own the NFT. So if I own the NFT, I can read the book in the custom reader that Book.io is providing. And if I don't own it anymore, I can't read it anymore. But that's really interesting because it redefines the whole system of DRM, digital rights management, in the digital world. In the past, the only way we could enforce DRM was through centralized systems, through Kindle, as mentioned, or through Netflix, or anything like that. But now, we can encrypt those assets, we can store them on IPFS in a decentralized way, and we can access them if we own the NFTs. So, if you think about that in the next step, we're not even only thinking about books, but we're talking about music, we're talking about movies, we're talking about every single aspect of any sort of entertainment media that people consume, and we could decentralize all of that. So I think that's a huge change in the world, and I think that in the long term, this is going to be really critical. Netflix in a decentralized world would be much better for everyone than it currently is. So why shouldn't we try to decentralize this? And books are the first step into that direction. And to continue the way that Book.io is integrating NMKR, basically after you read the book, one of the most common use cases, of course, is to just sell the book because you don't really have a need for it anymore. So what happens is people are basically taking the book and putting it on the secondary marketplace, which is also provided by the NMKR infrastructure, and then they can sell it, the authors get a royalty, and everyone still thinks they're on the Book.io website, so it's a very easy to use process, but it's also extremely decentralized because anyone else can interact with the smart contracts, and it really just works, right? Next slide. Yeah, and I kind of rushed through this a little bit. I have a lot of time left. I don't know if we can do questions or anything here, but if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. I'll gladly answer anything, or we can talk afterwards. And if you want to reach out, my email is here on screen. So yeah, thank you very much.